What's going on, YouTube, guys? David Peterson, what a gem he pitched yesterday. Man, we got Juan Soto finally producing. We got Baty. What a big game he had. And Starling Marte is getting hot. First of all, this lineup is trying to find it, and they're doing okay right now. But I want to talk about David Peterson and the game that he had. He pitched a gem against the Dodgers. He made Ohtani looked so weak in his at-bats. He struck out Ohtani 3 times. Yes, I'm not even playing with you. He struck out 3 times. Ohtani, that is amazing. And David Peterson pitched 7.2 innings. Guys, he gave the Mets the length that they needed. After that 13-inning extra inning game the other day on Saturday, they needed some length from David Peterson, and he gave them so much length. He gave them 7.2, guys. He got, man, what a job he allowed. Let's say he allowed 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, and he struck out Ohtani 3 times. I mean, very, very impressive start for David Peterson. And at the end of the day, that is all you want to ask for, because obviously you knew that the bullpen was taxed. The bullpen was basically done. Like, if they would have had to use a lot of guys, it would not have been pretty. But David Peterson pitched his ass off. 7.2 innings for the New York Mets and made Ohtani look really bad. But what a job David Peterson did. He was working that slider. He was working that fastball. He was working his pitches. He was just doing a great job. And even a foul ball early, that it was supposed to be a foul ball, but it was actually a RBI ground out. And I mean, but that was the Dodgers. They got lucky there, and David Peterson did not let that get to his head. Usually David Peterson, like years past, he would let something like that get to his head and really break down and not pitch that well. But David Peterson this year and last year, it's a different David Peterson than we have seen. So 7.2 is something that the Mets really needed. And man, Baty, we got to talk about Baty, guys. I mean, Baty with 3 hits in the game. 3 hits in the game. His OPS is close to now 800, 799. His average is 258. I mean, this guy, and he had a walk in the game. This guy, Baty, really showed up, and they put him in the 9th spot, and he came up big in the 9th spot multiple times. With runners in scoring position, we know that the Mets have been struggling, and Baty comes through. He had 2 RBI night for Baty, but man, what a night for Baty. This guy, Baty, is just looking like a different player right now. He's not looking like the Baty from the years past. He looks more confident. He looks like he's trying to drive his pitch. He's trying to wait for his pitch, and he's doing an amazing job. So I hope that Baty keeps it up, and I'm happy that, and also he's playing great defense for the New York Mets at third base. He's playing really good defense, and this is something that the Mets really needed. Because Mark Vientos, defensively, he's just not cutting it. And Baty, I mean, right now, he is on fire. And I hope he keeps it up. I really hope he keeps it up, because the Mets really need this guy in the lineup. And he's looking really good right now. Really good. So Starling Marte also got another start in this game. And this guy, Starling Marte, is getting hot. This guy, Starling Marte, is starting to hit a little bit. And I figured Starling Marte would hit a little bit if you give him starts. Because I know that a lot of Met fans are done with Marte. They want to trade Marte. And I get where you're coming from. I completely get where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, if you don't trade, you're paying him. This is the last year of his contract. So he has to be useful somehow, right? If you don't want to pay off his contract and you don't want to release him or whatever, you want to DFA him, then you got to use him. And I think Starling Marte, to me, is a guy that it gives you a professional at bat. He can hit the ball down the line. He can be a good person with runners in scoring position. So I really like Starling Marte. I feel like Starling Marte is coming around now. Now you're giving him more starts. Now he's looking like more of himself. And he just adds a different element to the game, which I really like. And then we got to talk about Torrens. I mean, Torrens, 2 hits in the game. This guy, Torrens, I mean, it sucks for Francisco Alvarez that he's now not producing the way we kind of thought he was going to produce. There's a lot of pressure on Francisco Alvarez, but the good thing that Francisco Alvarez has is Luis Torrens. Luis Torrens as a backup catcher, because let's say Francisco Alvarez struggles, which he has been struggling, you can slot in Luis Torrens and he can give you great defense. He can give you great offense. And I think Francisco Alvarez is going to be just fine, but lately I've seen a lot of struggle. I get it. It's like the first month of baseball for him, and it's a little late for us, but it's early for him. But at the end of the day, the Mets need Francisco Alvarez. They need Francisco Alvarez to show up. And Luis Torrens, I really like. He gives you professional at-bat. He does what he needs to do. He throws out runners. I mean, you can't ask for more when it comes to Luis Torrens. He's a guy that gives you a professional at-bat, can hit the fastball. He is a guy that is very, very impressive. And Luis Torrens is going to get the starts. He's going to get the starts. If Francisco Alvarez is not producing, Luis Torrens is going to get the starts. So I like where the Mets are going with Luis Torrens. I feel like Luis Torrens is doing his job. He's doing what he needs to do. He is staying compact. He's staying patient. And Francisco Alvarez, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know. But the approach does not look good for Francisco Alvarez. He doesn't look like he knows what he wants to do with the ball. Like you see Brett Baty's approaches. Brett Baty approach is completely different from Francisco Alvarez. He's trying to drive his pitch. He's taking pitches. Francisco Alvarez, the approach is just not good. It's not good. And the Mets need Francisco Alvarez to do better, because this guy is a guy that had, 20-something home runs in his rookie year. Almost broke the rookie record for catchers. And home runs. So I like Francisco Alvarez. I feel like he has a lot of potential still. I feel like there's something there. And I know injuries have really spelt him. Like he's really got hurt from injuries, and it's really hurt his confidence. It's hurt his just the play level that he could have had. But at the end of the day, it's baseball, and it's not going to be easy. But for the New York Mets, they need Francisco Alvarez to get going. And now we got to talk about Juan Soto. Juan Soto, man, with the 2-hit game, finally got an extra base hit in like 12 days, 13 days. It's been forever. I feel like I've been waiting forever for Juan Soto to hit an extra base hit. And he came up in a bases loaded opportunity, and he hit a ball that, it looked like it was going to be a home run, but it was off the wall. RBI double, 2-run double. Starling Marte got caught out at home. But what a job by Juan Soto to drive that ball. That is something we haven't seen from Juan Soto. We've seen a lot of ground outs. We haven't been seeing him drive the ball. And to me, I feel like Juan Soto is a guy, yes, his ground ball rate is crazy high right now. Crazy high. And it needs to get better. They need to get Juan Soto back to being Juan Soto. And he hit a ball in the first inning that looked like it could have been a home run. And it could have been a home run in Dodger Stadium. But in Citi Field, there was a flyout. But he got 2 hits in the game. I think Juan Soto is going to come around. Got his average back up to 241 from 236. So I feel like I'm not losing hope in Juan Soto. He still looks like Juan Soto, but not so much like he did last year. But I feel like he's going to get there. I'm hoping he gets there. And I'm hoping he really provides that offensive spark that the Mets really want from him, because they want Juan Soto to drive in runs. They want Juan Soto to be the big guy that comes up in big clutch moments. And right now, it's looking like Brett Baty. So, Juan Soto is getting paid $765 million. Let's pick it up here. I really like Juan Soto in the 3rd spot. I am a big fan of the Juan Soto in the 3rd spot. So, we'll see what happens. But to recap, we talked about David Peterson pitching a complete gem. 7.2 thirds inning and only allowed 2 runs, struck out 7. Man, what an impressive start for David Peterson. Gave the Mets the length that they needed. And then you had Brett Baty with the 3-hit game, 2 RBI, got his OPS almost to 800, 799. And then Soto with the 2 hits, Starling Marte with a hit. You got, and Lindor didn't get a hit. Alonso got 2 hits. That's a good sign. Alonso getting 2 hits is really good. I'm hoping that Alonso gets it going here. We need to get Alonso going. And Luis Torrens, 2 hits. Very, very impressive. Luis Torrens gives you professional at-bats, and it's something you got to love. And Edwin Diaz, he has been amazing. Edwin Diaz, he came in the bottom of the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs, and he got the guy he needed to get. He got the guy he needed to get, and then in the 9th inning, he got the 3 outs. I mean, at the end of the day, Edwin Diaz has been so impressive lately. I know a lot of people were a little concerned with his velocity, a little concerned with his confidence, a little concerned with his mechanics. Well, I'll tell you this, Edwin Diaz has been very, very impressive, hasn't allowed a run in 11 games straight. This guy, Edwin Diaz, has been amazing. And yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. Have a good one. Let's go Mets.